Welcome to the Nailed It Wall.
Welcome to episode 17 of the Nailed It Wall. On this week's episode, we are joined by SV royalty, the one, the only, Dr. Chunis and Mrs. Basil. Now, we are pumped. It's hard to believe that 17 episodes went by. This is going to be a two-part episode. You're going to enjoy it. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome to this week's episode of the Nailed It Wall. I'm Mr. Lane, the STEM guy.
And I'm Mrs. Schofield.
I'm Dr. Chunis.
And I'm Basil.
All right. It's hard to believe that we've gone through 17 episodes and you finally we're all sitting together.
I know.
It's hard to believe. A lot of our listeners were starting to question, was there some tension? Was there some beef? There's been some, on the interwebs there. They're like, where was the fallout? There's like no proof that we actually still like each other. We still conversate, and I can't believe we went 16 episodes. Since episode 1, we said we got to get you guys on. Basil, you set the night. You're like, that Thursday conference night, that's when we're going to sit down. We're all going to get together, and that was so awesome. But we're finally back together. I can't even remember the last time the four of us were in the same room.
I literally cannot either.
Can't either.
We're in the same building for the kickoff, right?
The back to school rally.
We were all in that same building. Yes.
And it's so awesome to be sitting here in the makerspace. How far things have come in the last 6 years. It's truly amazing that we're back together. I honestly feel like I remember a lot of things. I cannot remember our last project, our last time, even maybe the last day of school. I guess technically the last day of school. When we didn't know you were leaving, Mrs. Basil and Dr. Chunis, we said goodbye to you and Miss Wendy.
Yeah.
I
I think we weren't talking then.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think someone wasn't talking to you. It all came around.
We'll address that elephant in the room.
I think Lila was a part of that too. She was born.
Oh, that's right. That's right. There was a baby.
There was a baby.
So much time has passed.
A lot of life.
Yeah, a lot of life living. Livin. Well, it feels great that we're all back together. You're going to hear a lot of laughs. You're probably going to have some tears. You're going to hear some great stories. And you're going to walk away from this truly inspired.
Agreed.
Now, as we start every episode, we're going to start off with how you nailed it, failed it this week. Schofield, take it away.
Okay, so I definitely had some big highs. You helped me hang up these really, really exorbitantly priced letters in my classroom. I wanted
Hobby
to spell.
Lobby.
Oh, I know my failed it. This is perfect. Okay.
Finish your
So
story.
this is part of the story.
Do you want to tell us how expensive these letters were? Or
No,
is this
I
off
do
the record?
not. It's off the record. So they were overpriced, but they were 50% off. So they're not going to get cheaper at Hobby Lobby. They just won't.
No.
But I will say, here was my failed it. So as I'm pulling the letters, and I'm quick. I ran in there. Actually, that's where I saw you in the parking lot.
You
that
locked
day.
her in. You
Yeah,
locked
I
her into
did.
the
I locked
pod.
her in. And, but
Basically running you down.
Yeah, so
Hobby
that was
Lobby.
good. So I ran in and I
Thank
wanted
you.
it to be quick. I wanted to get the letters and go. And we're pulling the letters and I was like, okay, that's it. And Ella's like, there's another C in science. I was like, there's only one C in science. She's like,
That is a fail.
She's like,
Yeah.
you teach science. And then I was like, wait, let me think this through. Yes, there is. And I think I really didn't want to pay for an extra letter because they are pricey. However, I will say the kids love it. Like, they're so excited. I've been wanting this in my classroom forever, and it looks really, really awesome. And like the kids appreciate that. They will say like, did you put new letters up there? And then like a couple of kids are like, okay, I've bought those letters before and those are really expensive. That must have cost you a lot of money. And like they had that appreciation. So I really love that part. And my nailed it is kind of linked to that. The other new addition was Justin Bieber has joined our class. And
I heard about this,
he
actually.
is a big feature and he's, part of our chant. I don't want to reveal too much. But he's part of our chant, and the kids really wanted Bieber. They wanted him there in pseudo flesh, cardboard flesh. And so I bought that.
8th graders love Biebs.
They love
his
him.
documentary is amazing.
Yeah.
P.S.
It has been a car
noted.
conversation more than once, so that's a big deal
It's a
in
big deal.
8th graders' world.
This is what's crazy, is he is a big deal for the girls and the boys. Like,
Ooh.
they
Yes.
equally are so excited. The boys were all fighting about who is going to be Justin Bieber's handler in the assembly tomorrow. He's already slightly bent because they've touched him so much. Everyone's taking selfies with him and stuff. It is the coolest thing. But like, that's the thing. Like, you might
awesome.
to like, but the fact that they're so excited about that. I was just so proud to have that. And I think I probably could have given multiple people heart attacks because like people will walk by. Mrs. Taylor actually stopped by the other day and she goes, I looked in your window and I got so freaked out because and so he's like,
because I needed an autograph.
Man.
Because it does. It looks just like, because he's wearing the hoodie, it's the hoodie, Justin.
Beaver fever.
And it is so hilarious. So now they're
the
just
young
like,
Beebs.
and like the chant, they are singing.
They are pumped.
They are
I talked to
pumped.
8th grade this morning, and like their faces just
What
lit up,
time is
like,
this assembly?
It is
I
at
might
9.
be able to clear my schedule.
It is so cute. They have so
Well, it
much
was
pride.
Schofield directed. You don't want to miss it. Like
It's very
it is
cute.
a production.
But the girls are the ones that wrote that chant, like I think Summer was part of that actually, as I recall, but her group of friends. And
What kind of teacher are you? We have Summer's mom on the pod. You don't even know if she's like one of the writers.
there's a lot of
I
girls.
mean-
They travel. like this.
They girl cluster.
I strongly
They don't
believe
even
in
know.
that.
Cluster.
Yeah.
But they're so cute and they have so much pride, and no one has given them any flack that they've made it to a Bieber song, and that's including the boys. They're acting like sometimes they'll grumble, but they love it. Like they love it. So that is a huge source of pride for me, just to watch them. And I'm like, just a cardboard cutout means so much to
Who knew?
8th grade kids.
Who knew?
I know. So I feel like we should all have cardboard cutouts of us. I'm thinking this could be amazing.
just fat heads.
Yeah.
Just like order some fat heads of us.
Yeah.
Well, when I left Sierra Verde, I had a picture of myself from some award that I won. And, who needs a picture of yourself? So I promptly took it home and hung it in Mallory's room.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I bet
That's a great
you
mom
treasure
moment.
It's still in there. It might have moved around a bit, but, Mama's still around.
Is it your superhero?
The STEM superhero. No, that one's pretty cool. She probably liked that one.
That is adorable.
That was amazing. That's another story.
Well, I'm pumped. I'm so excited for the kids. I love videotaping all of them.
I know,
And
I'm so
these
glad you do.
kids, this 8th grade group, they're just like, we are just ready to crush 7th grade. So 7th grade, if you're listening, I feel bad for you guys. Best of luck.
They're
Godspeed.
bringing it. Yeah. They take it seriously, which I love. It's a sense of pride.
Basil, what was your nailed it this week?
That we committed to tonight.
Yes. And when you said committed, that's a term you're using loosely. Like you had no clue
I had
what
no
the commitment
clue.
was.
I requested more coffee. Just going to make that clear. So if I start to slur my words, it's because I'm only on cup number 7.
Spoken like a true person from Seattle.
It's true. It's true.
Well, we are so excited that you're here. We know you're a busy person, and to lock you in, it's pretty awesome. We knew we could pull Paula in, so we had faith
What is
in
that
that.
supposed to mean?
Well, I'm just saying,
always available.
Like, she's like in the mountains. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not even gonna text you back. Like, I'll see you. I'll
just
see you
coming.
on Thursday. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't care if you're at the governor's office. I'll see you when we get back there.
The governor needs to hear this.
Yes.
Governor.
Now, have you failed it this week? Do you have a good failed it story for us?
I failed it that I haven't listened to Nailed It.
Yes. That is true. Like,
Yeah, it's a big
You
fail.
might
Big
listen
fail.
to this one.
I might
You
listen to this.
one.
Actually, I'll probably
It'd be a
listen
good
to
one.
1 through 16 because I did hear you say this is 17. I have my homework for a while.
Someone just said they started. Well, who was the one that said
I
they started?
forget. I don't know. It's
So
like,
yeah, they're just like they're starting at the beginning, and that's what Carla did. Our devoted fan,
O.
Mrs. O, has gone all the way back, and she follows
Miss
it.
O.
I know
I love
Mrs. O
it.
is the best.
She's
and
awesome.
she's got a big smile on her face right now.
Has she been on the show yet?
She has
yet.
not.
We
but
Oh
I-
yeah,
I-
you got to get her
I
in
think she's
here.
chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
She's
We're
got
gonna.
wisdom
She made the
galore.
first makerspace.
Oh,
if
she
we're being
did.
real,
I know, no kidding.
It's
she's
true.
the
Yeah.
trailblazer.
I
She's-
know it.
She's the
Yes.
original
She
Oregon
really is.
Trail. Like,
the Oregon Trail.
going old
That
school.
actually used to be in that cupboard over there, like copies of the Oregon Trail.
man. How
One
do we get
time
rid
when
of
I
it?
cleaned out
Those
that
things are-
cupboard,
those things are a relic,
we
It's
maybe
like,
threw it away. we probably
were they like
donated
the
it.
floppy disk, like the
Yeah.
big old school ones? Like
No, it really was.
it had
yeah,
to be. Like,
yeah.
I guess
Buffalo.
and now I'm kind of sad. I would have just like decorated the wall. Like
I know. I wish I would have kept it. Who knew?
Well,
Who
then
knew?
someone just told me there was a. I think it was my wife. She was telling me that there was an Amazon Trail, which was like a lot scarier than the Oregon Trail, like where it's like a lot more death and stuff. And I was like, I've never even heard of the Amazon Trail game.
Oh, I was
And,
thinking of like Amazon. You
Oh,
know,
I
like
did too,
yeah, like
the
Amazon
company.
Prime, and I was
Like
like,
free shipping.
I had to think. Like I was like,
I gotcha.
I'm
I'm like with her dogs.
you're
when they're
talking like
delivering it.
rainforest, right? Yeah, that's different.
yeah. So
I immediately finally went to packages. Yeah.
Were they taking the delivery people to wrong places?
That is a nightmare.
They had Scout the robot, like you're like navigating through the trails. You're flying drones. Hey, Jeff Bezos, if you're listening, this might be a new thing for your gaming channel there. Dr. Chunas, what's your nailed it, failed it this week?
I hiked a part of the Arizona Trail and camped overnight all by myself. Well, with my friend, but we're both girls, so it's kind of like that's a big deal, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally in the middle of the wilderness. There was a lot of bear scat.
Oh.
Yeah, so we kept hiking until there was less bear scat.
That seems like a solid
yeah.
That seems like a solid decision.
Now I feel honored that you responded to our group text as you're sprinting away from bear scat.
I got like a tiny bit of reception. I had like little reception, and then I was like all these texts, bing, 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 bing. Can you meet for the nail? I'm like, I am on my wilderness excursion.
With my phone.
I cannot communicate with you.
I love these.
Disconnect to connect. Yeah. Like where was your disconnect there?
I used a compass. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even more impressive.
Yeah,
and you got back.
Yeah.
Half the time I can't even find out where I parked. I'm like, I should just ping this with the AOL Maps. That's what you. What do you say? Like the AOL or the Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Yeah. I couldn't even find my. I was thinking Oregon Trail. I was like thinking Oregon.
Can you IM me?
So that's my failed it. Speaking of maps.
It sounds like nailed it though. That was that's a failed it.
No, the map.
The map thing.
Oh,
so we got up the next morning after we successfully spent the night in the dark because there was a full moon, a harvest moon, right?
Oh, nice.
So we could see. And then we hiked 3 more miles and we came to a parking lot. And we were a little tired. My friend's knees hurt and there was a road. And so we're like, maybe we could get an Uber.
Yes.
I thought it was like a dark turn where like you're gonna hitchhike. I was like, please tell me you hitchhiked. Oh, okay. All right, yes.
So the Uber would have cost $16 had there been a car available. I'm just saying. There was no, but I did actually type it in. But I also typed into my maps like how far it was to Roosevelt Dam because we thought the road would be an easier trek. And so my map said 2.9 miles. And so 6 miles later, my map still said 2.9 miles because maps are not always, reliable when you don't actually have service. So my failed it was I should have used a real map. Yeah, I should have had one.
Trust the
available.
Compass always. Mm-hmm. Trust the compass.
Got a few more steps in.
I bet her knees were really hurting then.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
failed it.
And I love that we were part of this trip. I was like, I love that we were just like blowing you guys up.
Blowing me up, spinning my battery.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was my flashlight battery.
It all worked out.
You're alive. You're here. You have a story to tell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And basically, you have us to thank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the reason you brought it out there. Wow, I just love all the laughs. I mean, this just feels so good. I was like, we got the band back together. I feel like we just need some live music in the background, some more coffee, and we're just getting warmed up, people. That's the best part of this. My nailed it this week. I'm a big fan of Twitter. We were so excited that you're starting to crush it on Twitter. We're like, did you see Paula lately? She's been retweeting everyone, like blowing everybody up, celebrating all these things, like what you're doing. I saw you over at Legends a couple weeks ago, and you're like, I can't get my own personal. I'm like, you got to get your personal brand out there. You're like, I can't run 2 Twitter accounts, so it's just so cool.
So we started one for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Not the real.
Just tag me.
Not the real Nicole Basil.
Originally, Rob and I were like against Twitter. By the way,
it's true. I think it was more me. You were trying to get me on board. And
we were like, I was like, well, let's just do Facebook. Like we can promote because we have to promote, right? Because we were doing a lot of cool stuff that people didn't know about, and so we started with Facebook, and then we were so nervous about Facebook, right? Like maybe we can't keep up with it, whatever. And then that was amazing.
Yes, Tessa was amazing.
Yes,
and really doing all that awesome stuff.
And Twitter I didn't start doing it. I never did it here.
It's so weird. You had like your 10year Twitter anniversary last summer.
That's weird.
I was like,
you know why? Because I had to sign up for a class when I was getting my doctorate. Like I had to sign up for an account. And then I never used it again. And now I'm like a pro.
Yeah, no, you are.
Saying.
You are crushing it. Like, you came to me. You're like, is there any interest in running the Twitter account? I'm like, no way. I was like, we're not touching Twitter with a 10-foot pole. And then you're like, Dr. Finch has no clue what is going on in this campus. He literally has no clue because he's not on Facebook and he's on Twitter. And I was like, who cares? We're gonna still do what we do. We're not touching Twitter. And lo and behold, I had no clue how powerful Twitter was and how much people are learning in the learning community. And now I'm just thinking, I'm like, get on Twitter. I'm like, are you on Twitter? Follow me on Twitter. I'm like, here's my Twitter handle. Like, and so anyone that comes to my classroom, I'm like, if you want to see what's going on, it's all on Twitter.
First you're following me.
Yeah.
You just hit 500 followers.
I know.
That's
That's
not too
yeah. So
do you know something I saw on Twitter today? I think is it Women in Drones? Right, which by the way, that is a story that starts here too, right? Yeah. But they posted a story about how a little boy was found using like thermal something with a drone, and one of our kids had an idea to do that. Do you remember the bus thing where our kids wanted to like follow kids home? It was a little creepy.
The thermal tracker,
with drones, but it was the same idea, right?
Just trying to solve the carpool, the congestion out there.
And they also wanted to find lost hikers with it too. Yeah. And I remember Lori came in and talked to them about it, and then today it like actually happened. Like it was a real thing.
Cool.
Yeah, and like
that's
Lori,
pretty neat.
And Lori had the vision.
Genius.
I know, and Lori had the vision of flash floods, like
she did because it was right after that tragedy.
Yeah, so I mean, again, if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter, people. There's just so many amazing people. I was just talking to Basil about how much I learned from Liz every time she like posts something. She's part of my PLC, and I'm just so empowered by the things like she does. She is a rock star, and we're going to talk more about that and kind of our journey with everything in STEM and computer science. But this past week, I did flip books for the OK Go sandbox. OK Go, my favorite band, love their videos, and they have this whole thing about getting kids excited about STEM. And the third graders are creating these most amazing flip books. And then the lady that was like the co-creator of Squishy Circuits, which you love, sent me, and she's also like part of the OK Go like sandbox team. And she's like, I love seeing what your kids are doing. It's so amazing when these tools get out there and the teachers. And she's sending us something. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be like an autographed OK Go something.
Well,
so I was.
He gets to be in the next video.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm hoping if you're listening to OK Go, we get some great kids, you know.
By the way, you just said 3 things that nobody knows what that means.
Or 50% of this at the table.
That's what happens when you go away for a year and 3 months.
And then the other thing that happened to me too, and it's just like the power of Twitter. People like reach out to you, things happen, and kind of like what we did with the people in Australia last week with the She Maps, the drone conference.
So cool.
The Kiva planks. I'm absolutely Jasper. He loves the Kiva planks. We just did our green screen picture with Kiva planks. And they're just like these wood planks. You know, they're pretty much awesome wood planks. And you can just do so many creative things. Like I use them with 8th graders to 1st grade, and the engagement is the same. And I told Liz, I was like, you need 4 bins of these. Get these Kiva planks. It's going to change like your classroom culture. And the kids absolutely love it. And then on my last day of 7th grade, I had them build these planks, kind of leading off like the desk there. So I had to build these longest planks, and they only got 2 measurements. And I took this one video, it was like a 1.5-minute video, just walking around like with all this engagement of 7th graders on their last day of STEM, building these like most amazing like planks off a desk with wood blocks. And I just like tweeted this thing out, and I was like, hey, this is the ultimate advertising for Kiva planks and why this needs to be in every makerspace in America. If it can engage, kinders through adulthood, it needs to be in every makerspace. Then they sent me a message on Twitter, and they're like, we need this on our homepage. So this video that's like happened in my classroom with these 7th graders, which I'm so proud of, is going to be like on the Kiva Planks homepage, like where people go from all over the world to look on there. And it's just so cool, the power of Twitter. And Dr. Chunis is right now trying to build her platform off the podcast.
So what you're doing
they look like fire starters.
So they do, but what you just did is like beautiful.
Sticks.
But imagine them going to like here. Like,
we had a record of 62
centimeters.
centimeters.
The laws of physics.
It's insane. But the coolest thing is not just that, but then talk about the parent that.
Oh yeah, and then Myra Romano, I know you're listening.
Yeah.
Huge fan
Hi,
of the Nailed It Raw.
Miss
And,
you.
and she went out. She loved it. I think it was the twins' birthday. Was it Cameron's birthday?
I don't know. I don't know if it was his birthday.
Must have been the
no,
twins.
it's not because
you would know. You're good at birthdays.
That's funny that you would say it's the twins' birthday and then say which one, because like.
I was saying Cameron versus the twins.
Oh.
and then
that would have
now
been failed.
I gotcha. You would have failed
Almost
that.
have failed it.
yeah. And then she bought 400, and they were doing the same challenge, tallest tower in their house, and Kiva Planks retweeted that.
That's
and it's just
cool.
so cool
Their
to kind of
towers
see.
are crazy too.
It's so cool to see
Yeah.
the engagement there.
That's neat.
But just because she saw it on his thing, she ordered
Yeah.
them like within a day or two. It was crazy.
She's a STEM superstar,
Oh
and
my
she's going to be coming in
gosh.
your class to do illustrations when they do the books.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
So she said she would
cool.
come in when we do our children's books and show kids how to storyboard and do all that whole thing. So what a
Wow.
cool thing to really take it to like a higher level to be able to see how you. I mean, because I'm showing them how to do it, but I'm not an author, but she is amazing.
That's
Amazing.
neat.
Yeah. So I'm super pumped. We love Myra.
Next level, next
Yeah.
level. Level up, people.
Yeah,
level up.
that's right.
We have another parent or former parent who just published a children's book too, Dawn Young.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that might be fun to reach out to her. Yeah, it's her book. I forget what it's called, but it's at Barnes & Noble now. So I was going to buy it for my niece and maybe
nice.
Lila.
These are life
For
goals.
Christmas.
Plug the book.
So
What's the book
lifeful.
title?
Yeah, I'll find
Oh,
it.
you're
Hold
being a lot
on.
She's
more
looking up
costly.
there.
I
See,
support
I'll
it.
look it up.
I have
Dr.
some
Tunis
ideas.
is looking up there
I
right now.
bet you do.
My failed it. My failed is definitely. I made Basil feel this small, saying the one, the only. But I always think of both of you together there as we did our intro. So I didn't want to slight anyone to start off there.
We're a pair.
We are one.
You are one. You are one. Now, as we get started here, Basil, how did you end up in education? What is your story? What is your background to where you are today?
Such a good question. So I'm that kid who knew what I wanted to do since I was 5. I don't think my sister liked it because I would play school with her and, was the teacher. And she was the student. So, I mean.
Now, did your sister go into education?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
She's in public service. She's a dietitian. She owns her own company.
Wow.
So she teaches just in a
Yeah.
different light. But yeah, so I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I kind of would think, oh, maybe I want to do marine biology. Maybe I want to, no, that makes me want to pass out. Ew, that's gross. I just want to help kids. So I went to school to be a teacher, and then I graduated in Washington. Woo woo. Just saying, all good things come from Seattle.
Starbucks especially.
P&W for life. And then I got a job.
Pacific Northwest.
Thanks.
I've learned.
For those who don't live in the PNW.
Oh, for some reason I immediately went pumpkin spice latte.
Well, that's also,
That's
no,
different.
PSL.
Wrong letters.
That's different letters. Yeah, I didn't put them
That's
together.
also a
Again,
part of my
science
blood.
Has two
Yeah,
C's,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
So then I moved down here to teach, and I started teaching in South Glendale. GESD.
GESD.
Hey!
That's our connection there. We talk about
Yeah.
how we're all connected,
It's
and
true.
me and Basil both started in the GESD. We learned so
did.
much about people, the most amazing kids on the planet,
Yep.
about life in Arizona,
Yep.
and talk about learning about Arizona in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. And I lived in Arizona for 5 years before I went into education, and I just had no clue about the struggles these kids went through, and just this
Yeah.
amazing place, this community, and
Yep.
the respect for teachers. But that's
Yeah.
our connection to
And the resilience that they
yes,
have.
and the grit. Yeah.
Yep. Those 5 basic needs that kids have to come to school with, and when they didn't, what they still did as kids. So that was my perspective. 28 kindergartners, no aid. 7 classrooms of kindergarten. My kids would be out on the
Extended day
streets.
as well.
Extended day. I was the only one who spoke English. I had 7 different languages in my classroom, so I was like a puppeteer all day long. And, that's why I'm so animated, annoyingly over the top, because we did everything, in visuals and everything like that. So
We got someone crashing the set here. Claire is crashing the
Claire.
podcast here.
Claire.
hey, Claire.
Baseball
Rocking
girl.
her baseball gear here. Do you want to say anything to the mic, Claire? Are you guys going to win? Do you have a practice tonight or a game?
Practice.
You got a practice? All right, what's your baseball record? Talk to the mic here. I'm putting you on the spot.
You're live on the podcast, girl.
You're
What
going
position
live.
do you play?
Pitcher.
pitcher. That's awesome.
Nice. I like it. Do you have any home runs this year?
I mean, I've got home, but I haven't hit a home run.
Have
Oh,
you
this
had,
week, I'm feeling it.
You have to do a video so that we can put you on the talent for announcements.
Yeah, maybe get you on the mound. We get a
Yeah.
picture of you, some highlights of you,
Yeah.
throwing the heat. You throw a
That would be
curveball.
We've heard
Nice.
they
We
do
need some
sports
video.
highlights.
We need to put that in the announcements, Claire. We need a video, okay? That's your homework.
All right, get us a video. All right, the
Claire.
one,
Bye,
the
Claire.
only. I'm using that phrase often today. Claire has
Except
just...
for not for you.
Except for
Just
not for me.
Paula and for Claire.
Claire Turner in the house.
You're
Uh,
fine. You're
And
fine.
that's what we do. We do not stop filming. I tell you, we just do it live.
Keep rolling.
Right?
That's right.
Basil and Paula are on a tight time schedule anyway, so
Yeah,
they said,
he's like, come on in. Pull up a chair.
Sure.
all right, regain your
Do a
train of thought
coffee.
there.
So I taught in title for 8 years. So I was a kinder teacher, a 4th grade teacher, K-3 intervention. I was a reading specialist. I was an ELA coach. I was a math coach. Taught 7th grade science when my 7th grade science teacher quit. Taught 8th grade ELA when my 8th grade ELA teacher quit. And then I moved to Deer Valley. And I didn't get accepted the first time because I didn't pass my paper screening.
You are a
Is there-
little
But
dodgy.
I know, right?
Is
Maybe,
there a story
maybe a
behind
few
that?
too many words. I don't know. I didn't have the right buzzwords.
Okay.
But Paula and Jenna Moffitt, shout out to Moffitt, went through after who knows how many applicants you guys had.
Quite a few. We're pretty picky here.
Yeah.
It
And
might have been the biggest interview committee ever.
there was 12 plus
Yeah.
people. By the way, I walked into the library and there was 7 from Sierra Verde and 7 from Terramar.
Yeah, it was a split position.
Yeah.
Her first year.
Yeah. And everybody in GESD world was like, don't do it. You can get full time. And when I left that interview, I was like, I have to work for them.
That's
You know?
awesome.
And I got to do it.
Now,
And it was so fun.
Yeah. And then a few months later, I stole her from Jenna because we increased our enrollment on purpose.
Shocker.
We were trying to.
Yeah.
That was one of
Wait,
our
was
Recruit
Jenna
initiatives.
the principal at Terramar?
Terramar.
She was the principal
I
at
didn't realize
Terramar.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Nicole got to come here full time, which was really
So awesome.
life changing for our
Yeah.
campus.
Yeah.
now, what did you see in Basil in that interview that you knew that she was special?
Well, she said that she's going to be a superintendent one day.
It's true.
So she was
It's true.
super duper confident.
It's on my life goals along with my book.
You got it.
And your winery.
yeah.
Don't forget about your winery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on
Yeah.
list. It's
Coffee
going to be
shop
the
too?
best. It's
Yeah.
a coffee winery
Oh,
together.
coffee winery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she
That sells
had
our children's books.
Nicole has a range of skills which were fantastic for Sierra Verde. So she had the primary background and middle school background, and one of my friends actually had worked with her, Heather. So and she had the coaching background, and we just knew she was a good fit. Like just perfect integrity, character.
Care Bear,
You know,
like, like the kindest person.
Now, was
ever.
it?
Yeah.
Was this
I
like a
do believe in
stepbrothers
kindness.
moment? Like once you hired her, where you guys were just like, we just became best friends? Like where you're like, did we just become best friends? Did you have that moment, or did it take time for this to
so.
kind of?
because she was, when you're part time, it's kind of weird
Yeah.
because like then when you're here only part time, like you have to.
Your ship's
Catch up.
passing in the night.
Yeah, you just have to catch up really quickly and do what you can,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we tried to be as efficient as possible
Yeah.
to make it worthwhile to have help.
Yeah. We were very efficient.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we had fun until she was full time.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
And maybe after like a year or two.
like
'Cause
6 months.
We had to get it. Yeah, probably 6 months.
We got into a rhythm pretty quick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's apparent the chemistry that you guys have, like with everyone, like you guys have, you guys just picked each other up. Like, you guys always pushed each other. You pushed the staff, you pushed the students, and it's amazing to see, like, as a teacher and a friend, like how you guys brought the best out of each other, and like it was just so much fun, like working with you guys, and that's why people took it hard when you guys,
Some people took it harder than others.
Yeah, so we won't mention names. We'll get into that later. Now,
I do know though that like a lot of people wanted that full-time job. And it was like it just worked out because I was already here, and I'm so
Yeah,
grateful
just
because
worked
like
out.
it could have been so different, you know, and it was so fun. And
I
it's
feel
still
like you guys need to hug us.
Oh, we do. We do. We do. But there was a lot of learning, and I do think we pushed each other. I remember my third year, I had already been asked to go to another school my second year, and I said no. And I was like, I'm never going to get a job anywhere again because I said no. And I just remember asking Paula, I just want to learn everything I can because I feel like I'm going to be taken away.
You're like, we've been chosen, like the aliens in Toy Story.
I'm like,
as
don't go
the
yet,
claw,
we can't go yet. There's still more work to do. But it was good because, I don't know, I think the longer you team together, the more you see each other's strengths and then see your own weaknesses, and it's okay, well, I want to build that side of me because we can't be two peas in a pod forever.
Do you remember? So we did the colors here, right? To see what everybody's personality type was, and
let me guess, Basil might be a blue.
I didn't used to be. Remember?
Yeah.
I was high gold.
Yeah, high gold. But it's funny, and then I think we did a different personality thing, but the staff chose us as opposite of what we are because we, I think, tried to work really hard to compensate for the areas we knew, because I'm not blue. And I think they said I was blue. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I try, which means you're super touchy-feely. Which I'm not.
They did think the opposite of who
they
we
thought
were.
we were opposite, which is funny.
Yeah.
Now you took, we'll call this a mini sabbatical last year. You put your toes into the deep end of corporate America. Now what was that like, and what's the transition been back coming into education?
So this is part of my book goals, right? I was tired and I needed a change, just life things too. And I walked away thinking I'm going to go make it in the corporate world. And the more I was away, and I visited a ton of schools, over 200 schools in the Valley, over 20 districts, public, charter, private, top schools. And the more I was away, the more I missed Deer Valley. And I missed my colleagues, and I missed learning, and I missed that intellectual stimulation that you get just from staff, and I missed the kids. And I missed staff development, and there were so many things that I appreciated before, but I didn't really, really know, Yeah. And so when I had the opportunity to come back, and I just put my name back in the application process, I didn't even know, know. And as soon as I put my name in that weekend, I started hearing things, and I told Derek, my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could use that for staff development for my blah, 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 blah. And he's like, there you are. That was missing this whole year, and I didn't even know, So it was a long, exhausting, hardworking sabbatical, and I learned a lot, and I got to see a lot of great things, but it just confirmed what we have in Deer Valley and what we have, at Sierra Verde and at Legend, and just the things we're doing is really great.
Plus, you've been an educator since you were 5.
I know. That's true. And when I
it or not, Aubrey.
Public educator for life, and that is what I realized is I am so deeply passionate about public education. I couldn't not be a part of it anymore.
Yeah. And you totally you talk about hitting the lottery with SV, and you left Legends. I don't know if we even mentioned at the beginning that you are the principal at Legend Springs, our sister school right across the street here. You were the principal for a year. Go Leopards! And then you took your sabbatical, and then you came right back to Legends, and the staff was just ecstatic, and we love all everything they've said about you. How excited! I was just getting all these texts, my phone was blowing up. They're like, Basil's coming back, this is the best news, and how fast that spreads, and just so crossing 67th Ave there, getting over there, and they're just so happy, and it's just been so cool to kind of see what you're doing over there, and the glow that the staff has, knowing that you're back doing all those amazing things.
It's fun. It's fun to be a part of the team we have, and just be, it's just so refreshing to be back with just highly motivated, highly intelligent people and creativity. And, you just walk into a classroom and you're like, oh, learning, engagement.
I love that Sierra Verde and Legend are still so connected too.
Yeah.
We started that. How long? I don't even know. I mean, it was a while ago, maybe 4 years ago, where we started doing some cross-pollinating with PD.
Yeah, but when she took over and then you were gone and we were still doing it, and
Yeah.
it was so nice. And then
That
when
was
you were
fantastic.
When you left, we were like, oh, we're so excited for this. Like, this is the worst thing ever. So, like, now that you're back, it's good.
Are we going to talk about that breakout EDU
We
PD
should. We'll
experience?
bust it up. People,
that's
are,
so
people are still
awesome.
talking about that like 5 years later.
That's so fun.
Now, Paula, what's your? I mean, I don't know if you can crunch us all in, but what's your education story here? I mean, it's a lengthy one. Well, tell us.
Because
Tell
she's
us.
a young whippersnapper
Tell
with
us.
so
Tell us
much
what you're doing at
knowledge.
the district office right now.
I'm working with principals. Nicole's one of them. So 5 different schools. I coach them. So that's kind of fun. Actually, it's really fun. It gives me a chance to be in different schools and learn. And
You're truly all over the place.
yeah, I'm back in the high school. So I'm back in the high school where I started, and so many of the same teachers are there. And it's fun. It's great to see all the neat things that happen in our district and how much it's changed in so many positive ways. And then I also do professional development for principals. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Now, are you part of like the PLC like model too?
Yeah,
like I
that's-
see you do like a lot of
yeah.
things with that. Like that's kind of like your big baby. It's always been
Yeah.
your big push even before like
Yeah.
PLC was a buzzword. You
Yeah.
know.
Yep. That's clearly like a huge part of my work. So it's a group effort for sure across departments, but I do have the new PLC manager and 3 trainers under me, and so we work really hard to help build capacity in teams so that they have like a great experience and they just have time to work together and to collaborate effectively.
That's awesome, and everyone that we've had on the podcast from different schools, Shear, Copenhagen, they just love the time that teachers are being
Yay.
given with the PLC model, and everything's been so positive, like what they're getting. Right, I was talking to Basil about how important my PLC is, like with our STEM teachers, and how everyone's walking away with something every single time. So I think it's great what you're doing to kind of coach these people up and make sure parents understand. It's hard to kind of convey that to parents, but we're seeing these results like immediately, like in the classroom.
Yeah, I think like one of like the best thing is like for like the singletons, right? Like when you started this job, you had to create everything, and there were it was like you and maybe like one other person. I'm not sure who exactly had the same job as you, and now there's a couple more people in positions, and because of this time off, you guys get together and have that opportunity to talk about all the neat things you're doing, and there's a lot of people like that in that position. Like they're the only teacher who teaches that at their school, and now they have time to talk with people from other schools and like get some fantastic ideas.
And that's exactly what Copenhagen said last week, and just like how important that is like you're teaching these things. You can meet with like a 6th, 7th, and 8th, but it's different. And when you have that time to meet with your grade level and be like, take one thing away and try this, and it's just so impactful. And I think it's truly amazing what's happening with the PLC model. Now, we started where you are today, so where did you start? So take us.
I don't know if I have a fairy tale like Basil over here. I mean, I always taught too. I didn't teach. I'm the youngest, so I had to teach stuffed animals, not my little sisters.
They're good listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say they don't talk back there as much.
Or cry and tell.
Yeah. My dad was a teacher, but I didn't want to be a teacher. I went to college to be in international business. So I was a Spanish minor, and I was international business, and I didn't love it. So I loved Spanish, so I stuck with that, and I switched over to English, and I went into the teaching world. So I started at high school, and even though I wanted to teach English way back in the day, it was hard to get a job, and so I started teaching Spanish. And after
Mountain Ridge, right?
yeah,
That
Mountain
started.
Ridge, I was there the second year it opened. I went to Spain my first summer so I could learn some more Spanish.
It's a terrible way to go learn Spanish.
So
Bummer.
I lived there for a summer. It was awesome. Spanish is like the best job because like as long as you're teaching them how to talk, like you can do so much. It was back when you could cook at school, and my room was a kitchen, so we would have like salsa contests. We would cook like
amazing.
Spanish, like from Spain, Spanish food, and like tortilla española, and tapas, and just like awesome stuff. It was so fun. Like I loved it. Yeah, I mean that's where I started. Mallory, my daughter, she went to preschool there, and now she's in high school there. And tons of the same teachers. I had her conferences today, and like 3 of the 4 teachers I went to like were there when I taught there. Like it's it's pretty neat. Like it's fun to watch it, and they're solid people. So I feel very happy that she has that opportunity. That's why I drive her 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's no.
And I drive Summer here to Sierra Verde for the same reason. Like, it's really important to have good teachers.
Well, I was glad when you brought them back. You know,
Yeah. Couldn't not, right?
Yeah, and it's been so good. I was actually just thinking that about Summer today. I'm like, I'm so glad she ended up back here, and we got this time with both the girls, because it's just, that's where they belong, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, after our conferences today, Mallory's dad was like, I like that everybody's looking out for her, you know, because everyone knows who she is. I'm like, yeah. There's some pluses to like staying local,
being known.
And hanging a picture in her room.
Yeah.
Principal of the year of the state. Get it right.
They did have a new principal last year, and the rumor was that I was going to be the principal. So Mallory was texting me during the day, like, "Is this true?" And I'm like, "We'll talk about it when you get home." And then I was going to like write a letter and show her, but they were both dying because they've reached that age where they no longer love for me to be that person.
Yeah.
Which
That'd be
rude.
great if you had like cupcakes out there, like ready to celebrate, ready to rock and roll. Now, how did you go into like your role at ASU, the I Teach program? Like, you know, you're forgetting a huge chunk of like your life.
I don't like
here.
talking about myself.
Well, that's why you're here.
So I was an assistant principal at Mountain Ridge. I was super young, and then at some point I had a baby, Mallory, and so I went part-time. And then you don't really get to do that. Like, that's not an option. So I went up to Boulder Creek and helped their second year to help them kind of get started. So that was fun. But I could only do that for so long because I was kind of like extra. And so that somehow I ended up in the I Teach program. It was just getting started. Christy Bushnell started it to get more teachers, like so that we could train our own teachers and hire them. And I just kind of happened into it. And it was like the best 3 years. It was amazing. So I ended up being this high school person, and I went to Mirage Elementary School and Paseo Hills, and I had this cohort, a master's cohort of people who wanted to be teachers. And Rob, you were my first cohort.
I think second.
You were my second cohort.
Maybe it was 11 years ago. So
I know,
I'm
so
in year
long
11.
ago.
Year 11, and so that's how we know. Like, so I went back and we met in the I Teach program. So it's kind of crazy. It feels like yesterday, and it's 11 years later. So
and it was a grant through ASU, and like it was this little thing, and now it's like I Teach has spread like across the nation.
Huge.
They go and talk about the model.
Our campus is just like littered with like all the
well, and that's what it
I
used
Teach
to be
program.
like when it started. It used to be like that. I mean, it's the perfect way. Like, you grow your own, and I mean, it's a solid program. You get so much experience, and you were with Rob Iannone, like
the original
King,
science guy,
the original science guy at Paseo Hills.
Well, then but then you talk about like full circle. I was with Penny. And so I was
Penny
at Penny
Metzger at Mirage,
and
and
then
she
like
ended up
those you were
working
talking
here.
about those shelves over there. Those are from Penny Metzger. I tried to give those to Schofield. Schofield's like, I don't want those, and
I did not want
you know,
them.
just like
They did not.
amazing
They hold
people,
ribbons.
and
Okay, now
and
I
then-
see that, right? I
and
helped
then-
drill the holes.
and then Penny came to Sierra Verde, and she was on the hiring team. Like, when actually, I didn't want to move back to Arizona, and my wife's like, I was like, the only way I'd move back, like, because we were renting out our house in the neighborhood. I was like, if there's a job open at Sierra Verde, and like at the end of the summer, like Heather was like, there's a 3rd grade science job open there, and then
So we interviewed him on the phone
via Skype,
like
you know,
way back
Yeah,
when that
Skype.
wasn't like maybe the
But we
most
used
reliable
that,
thing,
but
but
we
it
used
worked.
it in our I Teach program.
I
You
know,
you were
I
all
know.
about, you were big about this.
I was
Skype,
super techie back
like,
then.
You've always been
Totally.
really techy, though.
Well, that's funny too. Is like that was like one of the things I took away from you was like how to use technology in the classroom. And then I was like so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna do this and this and technology. And you might think of this 11 years ago when we were in GESD, we had to use our own computers. Remember? Like,
Oh,
any
yes,
gives a
I do.
student a computer. I had one as we're surrounded by all this technology, and you think about like
Yeah.
robots and how the
Right.
face of
Yeah.
education has changed in 11 years.
Yeah.
I had one student computer, and I had like 2 old iPods that I would use as like a dictionary,
iPods.
like, and that was my technology. I'm like, all right. And like I tried to like rotate kids through this one student computer we had, and
Well, you said you would lock your door because you had.
I would. I had a MacBook.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah,
MacBook, and I would just be afraid that like one kid was going to swoop in and take my MacBook, and it was but now you think of like, and I tell you all the time, I'm like, you just don't understand of no technology and like how spoiled we are, but how much education has changed in 10 years.
You know, even when you were here, and I think it was the year that I was new, because it was me and Maggie Thomas was new to the school.
You did the I Teach program too, right?
Yeah, but up in I didn't know that it was like kind of started here, and I wanted.
Well,
to do
it wasn't started here. It was started in Madison and Osborne.
Oh, okay. Well, Osborne was one of the options, but then I did up in Towson, and I was like, I'm gonna do DVS or whatever, you know. I don't have
where we are.
I don't have my 7th cup of coffee either. But it's a shame. Yeah, and they were like, that's not an option. So I'm like, okay. But remember when you showed us Flipgrid, and we did that night, and then now Flipgrid is like a regular.
I know, it was so new, and now it's like
and like it is
that's
everywhere.
how things happen though, right?
It is crazy, but you just showed us that, and then 3rd grade took off with it, right? And they became like these pioneers with it, and then everybody, like, we use it for a variety of things, but it's so funny, like, just because, but you've always been really good about, you know, kind of doing those tech things, so whether it's a device or something like that, and then now it's just like a regular thing for us. And Screencast, if I remember when she was shaming us, like, you guys aren't using that yet?
we gotta pay her due, man. She was like the queen of Bitmojis. You're a queen of a lot of things. Like she was crushing the Bitmoji game.
I made a memoji today. By the way, it doesn't look like me, but I refuse to make it look older.
What is
emojis are a little scary.
What is a memoji? Is that the Texan?
The new Bitmoji that just looks like
it's
you.
It's the live
like,
memoji. The live Bitmoji.
It's this. Like you can share your name and your photo. I don't really know how to. It just popped up this morning. I had to make it real quick, even though I was kind of late. I'm like, let me just finish making this.
It talks.
Okay, yeah. So it's like,
so that's
what we have. That's what
it
we need to do. That.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was called
no,
a
that's
memoji.
The Animoji.
Oh, that's the
thing
Animoji. All right, what's a memoji? It's just a new button on your phone, people.
It's me. Look.
It's on the update.
It's on the update.
Oh,
yeah.
And then, all right.
Like it can be mind blown. You know that? You like that?
I love mind blown. Yes.
Did you see the new thing? Can I see your phone for sure? Did you see the new thing that's with the update?
Stay with us, people. Stay with us, people. We're going through Paula's phone.
Okay, so if you go and you hit the info button, you can see all the pictures that you've sent to people, which has always been there, right?
Yeah.
But now you can
didn't
locate all of the links.
Mind blown.
Active tech.
Yeah. Okay, so just that was good enough for you. But and now they've added a feature where all the links that you've sent to that person will pop up. So we share resources all the time, and if we don't like go to that thing right then and save it, it's gone.
Oh yeah,
so now we have pictures, videos. Yeah, but now
actually somebody asked me for something yesterday, and I could have done that.
Yeah, so look at you just hit the info.
Right here, I'll do it again. Again, people, if you're listening, so I pull up our text conversation.
One day we're gonna video record these things.
So if I just hit the contact here, you
hit info.
And then so here's the pictures.
Even if you've deleted them.
And here's the websites or tweets that you've sent.
Yeah.
Like
what? Terrell account, watch out. I'm going to look for that thing you needed.
Like the links here. And you can see all links. Look at that.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
All the websites that you sent back and forth. Like,
thank you, Apple. Because I have been needing this forever.
Well, sometimes I'd stop texting you because I'm like, I don't want to lose that website. Like, you know, like I don't want to scroll all the way back and find that website.
And I cannot believe.
You have been begging for this feature forever. Like
forever.
Tim Cook.
I'm like, this is changing my life. Yeah. I'm so excited.
Well, now that we talk about Bitmoji, I even saw on Twitter yesterday that now there's a new update on Bitmoji where you hit the heart, you can type in like whatever you want, like you can type in Paulaism and it will go above the Bitmoji, so that now you can like put custom text with your Bitmojis, you know, so you don't have to search up like mind blown. You can do your own.
Yeah, because not all of these amazing phrases exist.
Exactly. I was thinking a couple of them. I'm like, how's there not a Bitmoji?
Of the phrases, like I need to stay relevant. I need to use what they have on there.
No, I didn't know there's a new Taylor Swift song where she says something about throwing shade, and I genuinely was changing the words, and Ella's like, she's saying shade there. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. She's like, yes, Mom, that's a term, to throw shade. I'm like, what does it mean? What does that mean? So I guess it's like putting people down. It's like, putting shade over them. It's like tampering them. I had no idea.
I have to be careful. I won't repeat what
I'm sure.
Because I think they're messing with me sometimes. Like, say this, do this, and I'm like looking it up.
Solid decision.
Yeah, right?
Solid
so I won't be repeating it on the podcast.
Maybe we just run those through Urban Dictionary first, and then we'll come back and see. Yeah.
Type it into your Bitmoji search and see what comes.
Now, with that being said, like, you weren't on Twitter all these years. How did you stay ahead of the game? I felt like you were always like 1 foot ahead of everyone, like in the technology game. Like, you would show me things, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna run with this. And like, I'm like, how'd you find this out?
It's
and
so current.
It was like you were like literally going on microfiche at the library and finding these resources. Like, it's true.
She
like,
found the card catalog.
She would find these
somewhere.
things. Like, I think about, like, you
Shout
think
out to
today
Carla.
that like some schools and some teachers still don't know what the Google Drive is, and like how you would model those things. But how did you come across these resources and know what was good? Because you rarely like rolled out a miss. Like,
Her motto is yes. Her motto is yes. That's what I learned from you. Because you say yes first, and then you figure out.
Do you know what, though? I think it's because I am a learner, right? So, like, I still teach. I still teach at ASU. I wrote classes for them a few years ago, and then I got to teach it. So
you guys wrote that class together,
yeah,
right?
we wrote a class together.
It's true.
Ps.
She wrote a class, and then I wrote the class after it, and then we got to teach it. So, like, you kind of stay relevant, and then taking classes and going to conferences. I just always, you hang out with the right people. That's part of it too, right?
Yeah.
You hang out with the right people who like to learn and who are positive. And
Yeah.
I would like to say I'm a big reader of current stuff, but I'm really. I fall asleep, but I fall asleep.
But okay, she doesn't like talking about herself. But she's a people person, so she goes and does. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So you go and you search and you find and you go visit.
Yeah,
and
well,
then
I
you
only
share.
believe in like transfer. Like I think you should maybe only talk theory for so long, and then you should do something or stop talking about it. So, like, you can only learn.
Should be on a T-shirt. Let's copyright it.
Sometimes, though, that doesn't work out. And my friend might disagree who, like, we did the Arizona Trail because we planned it. I like to plan things kind of spontaneously. So we planned it, and, like, a week and a half later, we did it. And so
Some of your theory.
I was like, we're going to be spontaneous, but like 4 days before I started reading everything. And then I started telling her about everything I was reading. She's like, you are actually killing the fun of this trip.
I hope you looked up bear stats.
Yeah.
That seems to have helped you quite a bit.
So I stopped reading, and I should have gotten that map. I'm just saying, I was kind of right.
True story, yeah.
No, it's truly amazing, though, that, without Twitter, you were doing all these things. And I know every staff meeting that you guys put together, like, it just had such an upbeat feel. And you would roll these things out, and you would test things out on the staff, and you would share, like, how people are using it in the district, statewide, nationally. And you would do such a great job celebrating everyone on our campus and how
It's a lot
they were
to celebrate.
That's true.
Right? Why not?
It's hard,
You don't really have to go too far to learn. You just like go to the next classroom and the next one. Just a lot of cool stuff happening in all the classrooms in Deer Valley.
Yeah.
And they started here.
Well, I mean, and that's how we know.
I mean, I started recognizing them here.
I think she just threw some shade.
No, this was my world. Now I've expanded it, and it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff going on. And on Twitter, you can see it.
But that's what I
Dr.
was gonna
Finch is
say.
the king of that, right?
He's
he's
great
great
at
I mean,
on Twitter.
he was onto
Yeah.
something. It's true.
No,
I love this quote. It's just not on Twitter. It didn't happen.
didn't
And
happen.
I didn't realize that when we were putting things on Facebook, and I'm like, we're just doing it. Like, we don't need to put it out there. But like, with just
we
sharing my
do.
Twitter stories,
We were
like,
wrong.
We were wrong.
Yeah, that was something that you were the leader on it, and I reigned. And usually you're the yes person, and then I've become the yes person. Like, I always tell you, I'm like, we're gonna do it. I was like, I don't care. Like, we're going. And then very rarely do I ever say no about anything.
I totally agree. And I did not want to do Twitter. Like,
He did not either. He was obstinate.
You turned him into, got him to do it. And then he was like, you have to do this. Yeah. And I was the same exact way. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's not for me. And now I love it because, like, this, I put my things on, like, So Summer when she was in the STEM class.
Yep.
And then, like, Cam Romano's in my STEM class now. So it's like, I don't just get to like talk about like ideas for other teachers, but like parents and different people can see like, well, there's my kid, or like that's so and so, and it's been so cool because it's such a community thing. But then that community extends so far too.
But it
So then the
inspires
stuff
people
that
like nationally,
It's inspiring.
internationally.
Yeah.
Like you know, people just ask a question and be like, share that with me, you know, and I did this, and you know, people
have
do such a great
access.
job of like giving credit to like where credit's due.
Yeah.
And
Well, like the people that you were communicating with this summer about the wormhole challenge and how you would like send them a message and then they would respond to you personally. And then one of the people that we took Google, maybe you were there when we went to a Google conference, and one of the presenters, she talked about how she does improv with kids, and she did a whole thing, and that was a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't know.
At GCU when we went.
Yeah, and
That's
then so then I
fantastic.
just decided this
Pretty
year
sure
I'm
that
going
was
to
last
try.
year when I was mourning, not being.
I didn't
part
go
of the
last
learning.
year, so it might have been. I went 2 years
well,
ago.
I think she was the keynote last year,
Oh.
but I had met her the previous year, or her husband, actually, we met him. But anyway, so when I decided to do this, I just reached out to her on Twitter. I don't really know her that well, and she was so generous with like ideas and support, and that's what we see across all the time with Twitter. It's just people wanting to make those connections,
Yeah.
wanting to share, and
It's really like a lot about learning and connections and collaboration, more so than I thought. Like I thought it was more. So Facebook is kind of like posting and memorializing, you know, and some
And
nice
likes.
comments. But Twitter like has this like web, this magic
Yes.
web that connects you, and I mean you choose some of it as well. But I learned so much. It's a little overload, right? Especially when you follow STEM stuff and tech stuff, which I do, because people are fast.
Yeah.
They're very quick to like start something and try something, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of mind blowing, like how quickly things are changing.
it really is. But it is in the stretch, like the thing that I don't know what thing we signed up for, like the Sumall or something that gives you your stats.
Twitter
But
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
how they talk about the Twitter reach, like your reach, because that is totally what it is how
Right.
far that reaches out. And
Right.
I'm constantly blown away by like how one thing can travel.
Well, it's
and
kind of
make
like
such
the
an impact.
idea of when you started Moxie Girls and you made the website, and you said that you made it because probably the girls might not completely tell what they did when they went home to their parents. And like now that I have an 8th grader, like totally true, right? Because I feel like I'm pretty connected, right? Like I know people, I know where to look, and I'll ask her what she does, and she'll give me a little bit, but then I'll go on Twitter and like see what she really did, and I'm like, can you tell me a little bit more about this? So that was the same with the Moxie Girls, because I would be here as a principal watching like these professionals come in or Skype in or, you know, and talk to our kids. And I'm like, are you kidding? They just had that experience and really only like the 20 of us know it. But you guys put it out there on a website, and now Twitter has even like more capability.
And our biggest regret was like going the Instagram route, and like we were like kind of renegades there. We're like, all right, we're gonna go Instagram. Like, is this gonna be okay with the district, you know? And it was awesome, but like just think about like that reach from like where we started, where this like
You weren't
really
ready.
started to go. Like we weren't ready. And, like,
I don't think we would have
Twitter-
appreciated it or had the time to really do it the way we do. And you know how difficult word counts are for us, right? So,
Yeah.
That's why
Every grant
Twitter's
ever.
amazing. Yeah.
But Twitter
Like,
is
give me
amazing.
that puppy.
We've learned so
Cut,
much about
cut,
like
slash.
Every grant
Oh my
ever.
gosh. No, it's true.
Hashtag 500 words
But
or
like
less.
for us with Twitter, like we've got this
Get
down
to the
now.
point.
You know? Yeah, it's just like this, you know. And now he does these threads that I'm like, I'm not ready
Like
for that
tweets on
level.
top of tweets. So you're
Yeah.
like, she's like, who comments on their own tweets? I'm like, it's a tweet thread. I'm like, that's how I get more pictures
does.
in there.
Do
It's
you
like-
have a Twitter deck? You
I
need
don't-
a Twitter
what is-
deck.
Tony loves the Twitter deck. Like I don't quite understand the Twitter deck. Can you give us a rundown what a
Nope.
Twitter deck is?
I
in
saw
60
it, and I'm gonna
seconds?
use it, and then I'll let you know. I'm gonna
Okay,
do
fair
a
enough.
book study on Twitter, and you can do that with your Twitter deck. I think you have to use like this. You know, if you use the same hashtag, it will like
Yeah.
populate.
Love
So like,
hashtags.
so you can do like a book study, use the hashtag, ask a question, people can respond on Twitter. It's not really that like hard, and then but it will capture all of the responses together, and then you go to like your Twitter deck like on a web page, and it'll make like columns, and so one of your columns, because you use the same hashtag, would be like your book study.
Do you create the Twitter deck?
No,
Is
Twitter
it just
creates
there?
it.
Okay,
It's-
so it's just already
if
there.
you
And
if you Google Twitter deck, You can log into your Twitter account.
Nailed it wall be
you
in
should see what it does right now, like when you have a minute.
When we're not recording.
Yeah, when you're not recording on GarageBand.
Another thing for our listeners that may be over your head, because I'm sitting here and I'm really not processing what a Twitter deck is. You know?
I'm gonna be like,
I do not believe I told you something you don't understand.
Padlet meets Pinterest with
I
Twitter.
love Padlet and Pinterest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better than Padlet.
Way
Padlet
better.
needs to evolve a little.
It's true.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just kidding, Padlet.
We won't tag
okay.
them in the
Yeah,
post.
don't. I love Padlet.
Room for growth. Always opportunities for growth.
The one thing about
That's why we're
Padlet
here.
now is like they charge now. You only
they
get so
charge.
many
What?
free
They
like
do?
Padlets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Big people
Padlet,
keep.
Padlet is like.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that one.
We like it. We
Yeah,
love Google
I
Keep.
want
Google
to like
Keep
it
is,
because I love Google.
We love Google Keep.
If
We
you
use
give
that
Google
a
Keep a
lot.
try, but Padlet, they've gone to the dark side. No disrespect, Padlet. I'm not throwing any shade,
No,
but
you're-
you get
you
5
were-
free
they
They were
Padlets.
originals, so
Liberally
yeah.
T Swift, she'd be so proud.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we broke our first rule. I knew this was going to happen. We said part 1's going to be 45 minutes. We're nearing an hour here.
Winners.
So we're gonna end part 1 here with our happy reunion. Part 2, listen up, it's going to drop next week, and we're going to get into the real stuff here. All right, keep changing the world, people. All right, if you're like us, make sure you subscribe to the Nailed It Wall. That means you, Basil.
That's right.
Get on your subscription game. If you can't get enough of the Nailed It Wall, you can find me on Twitter. You can search for Mr. Lane, the STEM guy.
And me at a positive proton.
And me at
That's a lot of apps.
yeah. Like you guys didn't say that at P Tunis. You know how to spell that?
Or you could just it's like
you can
Chewy.
search for Paula Tunis. That's good. It's not spelled like that though.
Just search for Paula Tunis.
Yeah. Look me up.
All right, Basil.
And Basil at Legend Springs or at Fresh Basil.
Without an
that's
I.
cute.
Without an
Fresh
I.
basil.